What's going on? Welcome to a Caleb Sells live stream. Today I'm going through the items that I thrifted last week. I pulled out, the items that are noteworthy, things that are going to give you guys valuable information. And if you're here with me in the chat live, feel free to leave some questions because I just want to help you guys with your businesses. So those questions tailored specific for your business, I'd love to answer them. But I'm just going to jump right into it. I do want to tease a little bit. I found an amazing BOLO, 500% sell-through rate. Sells anywhere from $75 to $100 plus. And when I found these, I had never even heard of this brand. I had no inclination other than it had a tag I'd never seen before. So those are the fun ones to find because it was just pure instinct. I think this is going to be good. I looked it up and I was like, I'm so happy I found a home run because it was a slow day for me last week when I was out on Thursday. So happy I found a home run and I'm going to share that with you guys. I'm going to jump into some items here. Good morning, Solomon. Thanks for hanging out. First item I'll throw out here really quick is just a pair of Hokas. Everybody knows Hokas now. Let's see what I paid for these. I paid half off of 28, so 14 and then 25% off of that. So 11, 12 bucks. This is a really new model. They are pretty dirty. And the bottom has this weird coloring on it that's intentional, but it makes it look more worn than it is. But this model sells used for 75 to 100 bucks. It's the Kawana. So wasn't going to leave it behind for so cheap because nice thing about Hokas is even when they're a little bit beat, they can still sell. So even if I have to take a lesser amount, like 50 bucks, these can still sell super quick and I'll make good money on them. All right, I paid $3. So orange was half off plus 25% off. So $3. A pair of Alaskan hard gear pants. Here's a little paw. It's like a bear paw, I guess. And this is a Duluth brand. So I say this in all my videos, but on the Duluth items, you really want to be looking up the style code. So on the Alaskan hard gear ones, here's the material tag. And on this little tiny paper tag, there's a style code. So on these, it's 75275. So then I put the actual model name in the title, which gets me better results on eBay so I can comp it better. And I can usually list it higher, sell it faster because people that are just looking for this exact pair can find it easier. I did just see that those have some oil marks on the front, which is a bummer because I missed that in the store. But the nice thing about some of that outdoor and workwear apparel is that they're just using it for the function. So as long as the structural condition is good, there is still a market for that. But that obviously will hurt the value. PS3 Franco says, how do you get the extra discount? Well, the color is discounted because every week different colors become half off. So as the inventory is older in their store, they mark it to half off. And then the 25% off is a senior discount. So I take my mom with me so that I can get that extra 25% off and hang out with my mom. All right. This next one, I paid about $5. So 15 bucks, half off, plus 25% off. This is a golf polo. I'll let you guys see the print. It has these little shot glasses with tequila and lime and says salute on it. The brand is Golf Gods Australia. I'm guessing this is not a very good brand, but when I looked up this particular one, it had a crazy sell-through rate and sold for about 20 to 25 bucks. This one's a size 2XL, so I might list it at 30 because we're kind of getting into the heat of starting golf season here and take anything 20 to 30. But the sell-through rate is what really jumped out to me on this one. And anytime you see polos with these all-over prints, geometric patterns, definitely look them up. But you can tell on the quality on that one, it's not quite the quality of Peter Millar or one of those upgraded, brands. But the print is what's selling that. And if it sells, I don't mind. Okay, you might have to help me with your name, but I see you in the chat, so I appreciate you being here. Rhiannon, we'll try that, and then you can correct me in the chat. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? My weekend was great. My daughter's turning 2 this week, so we had a birthday party for her. So that was super fun. And seeing her excited opening presents and stuff and seeing all of her favorite people. And then also Easter, so more time with family. So super busy weekend, kind of tiring for me because I'm so introverted, but can't complain. All that great time with family. Nguyen Vlogs, hello. Thanks for being here. All right, this item is a sneak peek to the major bolo because they are similar to this, but this is another bolo, but it's like not as crazy amazing, but it's still a very good, very, very good item. So this is a pair of double knee pants. You can see here, double knee is when there's this extra stitching here, and this is like an extra piece to protect the knee of the pant. Here's the brand, Arborwear. I just recently saw this in a video from, I think his YouTube name is Elro Fisher, so shout out to him. He said the sell-through rate on these were good, and I honestly never really thought to look these up because they look very basic, but especially when I saw the double knees, I was excited to look these up in combination with hearing him talking about it. So what I typed in was Arborwear double knee pants, over 100% sell-through rate, and I would say 35 to 50 bucks, but some sold for a lot more. So I'm not sure what makes them more expensive, what makes them less expensive, but great sellers. I did have to pay up. So 25% off 18. Blue was not half off. Can somebody do the math? What's 25% off 18? It's like 15 bucks, 14 bucks. So I definitely had to pay up, but I was still going to make my 20 bucks on it. You got it. Rhiannon. Awesome. Fun weekend. Glad to hear you had quality family time. Work-life balance is huge. I agree. That's one of the things I love about this business, but it's very easy to let this business or any other self-employed business or even your regular work, it's really easy to let it slip away. So this past year in 2023, I got really diligent with my hours, really disciplined because I want to spend the time with the family. I paid $7.50 for some Carhartt FR pants. Not a good size, but they were new at tags. So I love getting the workwear new at tags because workwear, people need it for work, so they have to buy it. But do they want to go spend, what's the retail price on this? It doesn't say on here, but I'm guessing like retail, these are, I don't know, 70 bucks minimum, maybe 100 bucks, Carhartt FR pants. So they can buy them from me for 30 to 40, get a deal, and they're still brand new. Paid $7.50 for those. That's one thing I want to encourage you guys when you're outsourcing. Try to think of the buyer that's going to be buying your item, and that can give you insight on why they might buy it, what flaws might be acceptable, or versus what's not acceptable at all. Like a dress shirt, a lot of those people are going to be wearing that to work. You can't really wear a dress shirt with a stain on it to work. So that kind of like makes that not sellable at all. I think Michael from K&M Resale was talking in my last live with him, like a Peter Millar polo with a stain on it. Like nobody's going to wear that because when you're on the golf course, you don't want to start with a huge stain on your shirt. But like a piece of workwear like that has a little like, mark on it or something, as long as it still is functional, it might still be good. It does still hurt the value, so I'm not saying go crazy with it, but thinking of your end buyer can unlock more profitable items. All right, this is a fun one. I don't want to say never because I'm not speaking that into existence, but I rarely find this brand, and it is just such a good brand. A Vuori. You got a little Vuori sweatshirt here. This is like a cropped, probably women's cropped sweatshirt. Feels super soft. Tag was 25, so half off and then 25% off, so about 10 bucks. I didn't look it up because this brand as a whole has like over 100% sell-through rate, so didn't bother. I'm guessing just right off the top of my head 30 bucks, but yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if it went for like 40 either, just because it is really nice. Taterland said, good morning from Utah. Good morning from Ohio. It's still morning here. It's 11. Getting towards afternoon, though. Gonna get hungry for lunch here before long. Sparkling water. I live off that stuff now. Rhiannon says, love Vuori. That brand is still going strong for years now. Hard not to keep it for myself. Yeah. I think if I found stuff in my size, I'd probably be keeping it, to be honest. So luckily, I hardly find things in my size. Like men's XL is like pretty rare to find, especially in those better brands. Once people get a hold of it, they're going to wear it until it's worn out. Next item, little Vineyard Vines Performance Quarter Zip. I really am picky with the Vineyard Vines that I pick up, but the stuff that says performance right here, right underneath the logo, it's their golf line. I mean, you can wear any of it to golf, but it's specifically for golfing or tennis or some of those kind of country club-esque sports. But that line just sells so much better for me, so I don't mind picking up for $5. Even if I sell it for 20, I know that line sells quickly. Okay, I paid up for this one. I paid $12 for a FootJoy jacket. It is the short sleeve model, and it is the Hydro Light. And it says Dry Joys here on the tag. So this is a waterproof pullover. And these Hydro Light ones, and there's also one that's called Hydro Knit. I actually just sold over the weekend for $70 plus shipping. Hydro Light is not as good, but $12, this is the perfect time of year to be selling it. So I didn't mind paying 12 because I know I'm going to sell it quick for $30 or more. I haven't comped one recently because I haven't found one recently, but I know it's going to sell fast. Of course, I still want to be profitable on every item, but when I'm paying up for something, I think the most important thing for me is how quickly it's going to sell, because I'm putting that $12 out of my business and into inventory, out of my bank account into inventory, and I want to get that $12 back as quickly as possible. My average buy cost is between around $6, between $6 and $7 over across everything, things I source at other stores too. And so when I'm paying basically double for one item, I need that item to sell twice as fast to keep my cash flow moving the same way. Paid under $3 for this Donald Ross polo. Not a great brand overall, so I wouldn't rush out and buy everything. But these geometric prints still sell great in almost every golf brand. So definitely look up all your geometric prints. Wild Dunes, that looks like one that has potential to maybe be a better course, golf course. So maybe I'm on a sleeper item here. But I would guess this is a $20 to $25 item. But once again, $6, half off plus 25% off. So I got next to nothing into this. Easy pickup. Perfect time of year to be selling those geometric polos. Buy them and sell them as fast as you can right now. Franco says, thanks for all the info. Do you mind telling us about your photo station setup? Yeah, it's right there. It is a board that sits at a 45-degree angle like this, so it doesn't hurt my back bending over as much. And I have like an indoor-outdoor carpet rug on there, so it kind of grabs the fabric a little bit. And it's made out of plywood because I used to have it made out of insulation board, and it started bowing in the middle. But Michael from K&M Resell on his channel has a video exactly how to make it. And I was about to basically design a new structure for it and release a video about it. And then his video came out, and instead of doing all that work, I just copied his step by step. So I'd recommend checking out that video. I do have some nuances to how I actually take my photos. So I'm still going to make a video about my entire photo process. I'll mention a little bit about the photo station. But as far as building that exact thing right there, I'll get your comment out of the way. You can see that exact thing right there. Go to K&M Resell's channel and watch that video. I think the lumber costs like maybe $40, under $50. And then the carpet or whatever material you want to take the photos on, and your lights, those are where that's going to be up to your preference. But the structure is cheap and it works really well. Saved my back a lot. All right, I got a Levi's denim jacket. Has some cool distress on it, and it is new with tags, as you can see here. The retail price on this is $100. Thrift had it at 40. So that was half off to 20 and then 25% off. So I paid 15 bucks. Would you have bought this for 15 bucks? A distressed Levi's denim jacket. It does have a little bit of an older tag, maybe Y2K. Let's see if it has a date, if I can find a date here. I can't. But another great thing is it's size 2XL. So that's going to sell quicker. Still a good time of year to sell the lighter weight jackets. And like I said, retail is $100 on here. I would guess I'll sell that for 40 to 50 if I want to sell it quickly, like this spring. So 15 into 40, I mean, I'm still going to make, you know, $15 to $25 profit there, somewhere in there. I got another shoe for you guys. Some clogs. But once you see the logo on the inside, you'll understand. Birkenstock clogs. So these are size men's 11, and they are shearling lined. So this is true shearling, which I think is some sort of lamb thing. Made in Germany. These are really high quality, to be honest. Really high quality. So they had these marked at 40, half off. So same as the jacket. So 15 bucks. So I didn't comp these because I know that stuff like this sells like crazy. Somebody wants to look up the comps on these Birkenstock clogs. I'd be curious to know. Yeah, workwear Birkenstock, exactly. So you're mixing the function of workwear, the high-end features, and the brand name that sells like crazy. No brainer for me. 15 bucks. Would you have picked those up for 15 bucks without looking them up? I don't know. Seemed like an easy deal for me. All right, I paid up for this item as well. A little over 10 bucks. Some FootJoy Dry Joys pants. There's the Dry Joys logo. These are older, so this is the older style. The new ones have that like kind of rubbery square one I was showing you. But these have a zip all the way down the side and these buttons all the way down the side. So the nice thing is when you're out golfing, you can put these on without having to like wrestle to get them over your pants or anything like that. You can literally just completely unzip the side, put them around your waist, and then zip them back up. And then there you go. So these are going to like live in somebody's golf bag probably and be ready for, you know, that one time when you're out on the course and it just starts pouring down rain. But the great thing about these is they're 100% waterproof. Once again, this is not something I even looked up because I've sold similar things to this so many times. Even at 10 bucks, I know minimum of 30 bucks, but I wouldn't be surprised if these sold closer to 50. The theme of this bag is this is all the stuff I paid up on. So another item I paid up on. Paid 15 bucks, so after the discount, probably about 12 bucks. Nice little thermal Henley shirt. See if I can, I'll pull the tag off so you guys can see the actual clothing tag because it's kind of in the way. Buck Mason. Let me get it lined up here. Buck Mason Vintage Thermal Henley. Once again, not something I looked up because Buck Mason is an incredible brand. Definitely one to be on the lookout for. Wendy says yes, that's probably to the Birkenstocks. Yeah, that was a no-brainer. Rhiannon says smash the thumbs up button for everyone lurking. Yeah, all you lurkers better hit the thumbs up button. Happy you guys are here. Hope that you guys are enjoying is today Monday? Yeah, Monday morning, starting off the work week right. I already got my shipping done. I already dropped it off. I actually stopped at a Goodwill right next to the UPS store and left empty-handed. That rarely happens these days. But at my thrift stores, they stock before the store opens. So if you're not there right at open and another reseller comes, might not be anything left. I usually go on Tuesdays so I can be the very first person there, but I had to go to UPS today. And so I was like, I'll stop in because I'm next door. And yep, didn't find anything. This next item is an LL Bean vest, full zip, women's, I think. Women's XL. This little ribbed kind of puffer thingy. It's not quite puffer, but it like kind of looks like a mini puffer. This is called the Airlight line. So if you type in LL Bean Airlight women's vest, that's how you can look this up. You also can look this up with the style code. It's called the item ID 513118. So you can see it there. Will that focus? It wants to see my face if I cover my face. Yeah, there you go. So that's how I'll look up and get the exact model name. But I know that this is the Airlight line, and the Airlight line sells amazing on LL Bean. So that was when I marked it $10. So I got that for 5 plus 25% off. So like $4. I am happy about that one. Paid $5 for these. J. Crew Flex shorts. These are like golf chino shorts, but they're new with tags. So I wouldn't pay $5 for these. Maybe if I saw these at like a garage sale or something, got them super cheap because the sell-through rate's not horrible. It's not great either. But new with tags, I can list these at the top end of the used market and get these sold quick. Perfect time of year. Okay, here's another interesting one. This has a bunch of Velcro on it, and it's very loud, so I apologize. All right, the brand is Hayabusa, and these are actually some sort of fighting, mixed martial arts, combat shorts of some kind. Anything MMA, UFC, combat fighting, boxing, anything related to those, that is definitely a hot sport right now, and definitely be looking those up. The nice thing here is that the size tag and material tag was still in here, so I'll be able to get enough details to get these listed accurately. When I looked it up, I did see that they were selling great, pretty decent sell-through rate, but there were so many different colors, styles, and models that I wasn't really sure like what the final comp would be. But I paid like $4 for these, between $3 and $4. So really can't complain. I'm gonna guess 25 to 30. But once again, this is one of those things that if this happens to be a nice like color that people like, I'll probably list high and see if I can get a little bit more for it. Tam says, "Did I miss the BOLO?" You did not miss the BOLO, and I'm gonna bring out the big boy right now. This is the best BOLO that I found in a long time. So hit the thumbs up button for a home run BOLO pair of pants. Here's the brand that you're looking for. It's called 1620. Let me get it into the frame here. Can you guys see that? 1620. These pants are super heavyweight workwear pants. There's a logo on the back as well. Let's see, where is that? Logo on the back as well here. Had some extra little pockets on the front. Has a little side pocket, a little zip pocket, maybe for like a knife or a tool. Has like another tool pocket over here, hammer loop. Honestly, when I felt these, I was like, these are either really high quality or they're worth nothing at all. And they were super good when I looked them up on eBay. So what I typed in was 1620 Cordura pants because it's made of Cordura fabric. And when I looked them up the other day, this could have changed slightly. There were 5 listed and 27 sold in the last 90 days, anywhere from $75 to $115 in used condition. So what I'm guessing is that these are for some sort of specialty work or a very high end line of people that do like some sort of outdoor work, maybe similar to the arbor wear, like maybe it's like a lumberjack type of thing. Could be Huckberry brand, Rhiannon says. Definitely could be. I haven't looked on the site recently. I'd be kind of curious to see now. That's a good thought. They're made in USA. They're made of the Cordura fabric, like I mentioned, and cotton and spandex. Super nice. So definitely add this to your BOLO list. 1620 pants. I haven't looked up any other styles. I haven't done a deep dive on this brand, but these Cordura workwear pants, 500% sell through rate, sells for, I'm going to aim for over $100. Did pay $12 for them, but happy to on that kind of sell through rate. Hey, Patriot Girl. Nice to see you in here. How was your Q1? My Q1, I took January mostly off from reselling. I went down to 5 listings per day. I did a lot less sourcing, a lot less listing. So my numbers are down from Q4, of course, and from where I want them to be. And I'm still building them back up. But I knew that going into it, and I really needed the break after a really busy year last year. And I will say, as far as like taking that time off, even with taking the time off, I'm still ahead of my numbers on eBay from last year in quarter 1. So I'm really expecting, another really great year. But quarter 1 isn't really where I make my money because I try to take January off to spend it with my family, or at least mostly off. My family and I, we go to Florida, try to get away a little bit. So other than that, Q4 or Q1 has been kind of just plugging along, making some little business changes here and there to try to improve my efficiency, increase my metrics for like sell-through rate, average sales price, things like that. But nothing too crazy. I'm sure numbers towards the end of the year will be looking a lot better. Okay, people are looking up the 1620 pants. A double knee pair just sold for 150 a couple days ago. Yeah, excellent sales price. And yep, Rhiannon says it is Huckberry. Very cool. Thanks for sharing. Haven't heard of it. Unassuming label and expensive. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. And I was so stoked to find it because, like, how many times do we look up a label like that and it's like you can't even find anything on it because it's so much absolutely nothing. So when I looked it up and it actually was a home run, I was stoked. This next item is a Peter Millar Summer Comfort. It's a size large, and it does have this kind of like, what is that, like a watermill? Some sort of, maybe a windmill over water? I don't know. Logo. So I'll have to look it up and see if that is a good golf course or not. But this was under $5, and it had a nice color. I mean, it's still striped, so I would still call those basic with the polos. But this one was blue and kind of black, which I think does kind of stand out a little bit amongst the Summer Comfort. But either way, at under $5, still happy to sell this quickly for 20, or if that's a good golf course, hold out for more. Patriot Girl that says that is very good that you do that, Caleb. I'm sure it is a major reset for you and gets you ready to rock for the year. That's exactly right. Without that time to reset and recharge, and especially in the winter, like in Ohio, it's very gray and gloomy here for 4 or 5 months in a row, starting kind of like October. So to get out of town, see the sun a little bit, spend the time with my family, just really scale back for that month. It really has became something very important to my business. Maybe by next year, I might have an employee or might be able to work ahead for the full month, so I can not let my numbers dip so bad. But either way, whether the numbers dip or not, it's totally worth it because I just need that time to reset with my family and get ready to hit it hard again. Because without that break, definitely easy to burn out. So Animal Palace says the interview you did with K&M was so helpful. Thank you both. You're very welcome. Black Space says, where are you live selling? I'm not live selling anywhere currently. So I'm open to the idea if I felt like I could figure out a good business model for myself and that would provide value to the customer. But as of right now, I don't really have extra items that I feel like would do very well on like a whatnot or a live selling platform. If I ever came across something that I feel like would do well on there, I have no problem jumping onto because people are killing it over there. But so far, I haven't found what my like lane over there would be. So just trying to stay in my lane currently with what's working, work on what I'm already doing instead of trying to have two focuses and get distracted. All right, I paid about $4 for this, $10 tagged, and then half off, and then 25% off. So somewhere between $3 and $4. This is a Callaway full zip soft shell vest, size 3XLT, and it's from their weather series. So I'm taking kind of a basic item, Callaway vest, and adding in amazing size, 3XLT, adding in that it's a full zip vest, which is better than the pullover vests, and their weather, what is it called? Weather series? Weather series. I'm guessing that's an upgraded line. So this thing's pretty large. Can totally hide me behind this. But yeah, I also got it so cheap, perfect time of year to be selling it. I'm gonna guess about $30, but hopefully more. All right, here we have a little fun one. I paid about $10 for these. These are some vintage Levi's with a very interesting tag that I had never seen before. They are Levi's Type 1 Real Loose. That's the model name. And these are your classic kind of wide leg pants. You can see somebody already kind of destroyed the back ends here. But this particular model had a great sell-through rate, great sales price. So if you see these real loose vintage Levi's, definitely look those up. This was size 34, 32, which is honestly great size too. So that's why I was okay paying $10 because I know I can sell these quickly. I kind of forget what I comped them out to be. So I don't want to steer you guys wrong on what the sales price would be, but I know that they'll sell quick. And that model is just so on style right now, the wide leg. BBig309 says, I just started selling on eBay. What is the most efficient way to look up items for pricing? Finding specific items with style codes, product codes, Google search isn't accurate for me. So I would say learning how to search on eBay is kind of an art form, and it's a skill that you're going to develop as you continue to, look things up and as your reselling, journey continues on. So I would say trying to figure out how to search narrow enough to get what you actually want to search, but searching broad enough that you're getting enough results to get accurate data. That's kind of the balance that you're always kind of going against when it comes to searching on eBay. One tip I will say is that eBay has been messing with the search a bit to try to make it easier for buyers, but it has made it more difficult for sellers. So if you're having trouble figuring out the sell-through rate on an item or finding the right items when you're searching, make sure when you're looking at the active listings that you're searching by price lowest to highest. That will eliminate a lot of the results that aren't related to your search. And then when you go to the solds, just make sure you switch back to ended recently so you're seeing the solds, the items that sold most recently, and you're not just seeing the cheapest items because every item looks bad if you look at the worst sales of that brand. But that's a little search tip that might be able to help you out. As far as finding Google information that's accurate, if you don't see a specific style code on the item, or when you type in the style code doesn't bring up a specific item, that is very common. And so I have lots of items in my store. I'm just listing based on keywords, brand, what the item actually is. And I don't have the exact model name or model number. But like I was mentioning on the LL Bean item, they have really good model numbers. Duluth has really good model numbers. Patagonia has really good model numbers. Lululemon has really good model numbers if you can find it. Like on the pants, it's inside the back pocket. If you can find those brands that do have good model numbers and good um, like databases of how to find them, I do recommend using them. But I would still say like 80% of my items don't have a style code at all, or don't have a style name that I'm able to use in the title. So if you're struggling with that, it's okay. Just list it as is, like with keywords and what the item just physically is, and move on to the next item. Animal Palace says, do you ever use the auction feature? I do not. I wouldn't be against it if I had the right item for it, but I truly believe the only time that you would ever want to do an auction on an item is if the item is in extreme demand and it is completely rare and you're the only person that has it. And I feel like that happens so few and far between that I would probably not even do it at that point, just because I just don't do it. I paid $5 for this polo. You can see it's another geometric print. Those ones are the ones that are selling best right now. That's what's in. And the brand on this one is Swannies. Has this little Swan S logo. This is an XL, which is a good size. And like I said, the print is what's really going to sell this. I think these, I was looking up the geometric ones and they were selling anywhere from 25 to 35 bucks. So probably list at the higher end because of the decent size and decent pattern. Just looking to see if there was any logos on it. It does have this little logo on it. I'm guessing that might be a company or something. So probably a $25 to $30 item. Great time of year to be selling that, obviously. I paid $5 for these. These are some loose fit, baggy, vintage Polo Jeans Polo Ralph Lauren jeans. Black colorway. You guys know I love selling black denim. It just sells better. Has a nice flag embroidery. That's going to go in the title. Flag. Ralph Lauren and flag. Those things combined definitely increases the sell-through rate. And just a really nice pair of denim. All right, these last three items I bought at a Goodwill where my average cost of goods was, I think, like $3.50 or so, because I had some coupons and discounts that I was stacking to do that. And so this first item is an Eddie Bauer cardigan sweater vest. Has this nice little geometric stripe on it. Men's 2XL tall, vintage 100% wool. So this is one of those Eddie Bauer items where I'm just taking a basic brand, Eddie Bauer, and I'm stacking lots of value on top of that brand. 100% wool, vintage, a cardigan sweater vest, geometric stripe. All those things are going to just slowly but surely increase the value and increase the sell-through rate to make this basic brand, a relatively basic item, a very good item. All right, I have two items left. So when I'm done with these two items, I'm going to hop off here. So if you have any questions, make sure you let it rip in the chat now because we're going to be hopping off before too long here. Same Goodwill, I found a Patagonia Better sweater, which is crazy because I never find Patagonia at the Goodwills because they all go to Goodwill online. This is a size small. I believe it's a women's just based on the cut, but I was just stoked to find Patagonia for, $3 because normally I find at the other store, they have it priced at 30, 40 bucks. So I rarely get it because it doesn't make it to the discounts, unfortunately. The style code on this one is STY and 5 digits. So the 5 digits following STY is your style code on Patagonia. This is 25618. So I'm going to type that into eBay because on eBay, Patagonia is super common and people know the style code. So I'll just type that directly into eBay, find the style name, which I know this is a better sweater. Probably half zip pullover or maybe quarter zip pullover. But then I'll be able to know if it's men's or women's when I look that up on eBay. But not the best time of year to be selling this, but I still think this is an easy $30 item. And the last item I found at the same Goodwill was another Patagonia item. Once again, I was so stoked to find Patagonia at the Goodwill because that just never happens. Another size small. This one is like cream and brown. I'm gonna have to show this to my wife because I bet it doesn't get sold, to be honest. That's probably gonna go to my wife. Nice little Patagonia on the zipper pull. And then once again, I'll do the style code on this one as well. Right on the back of this tag here, STY22965. Half zip, nice little cinchilla. Beautiful piece. I love the color. Like I said, that's probably going to go into my wife's closet if I had to guess. All right, Rhiannon has a question. What do you do with items that don't have a great sell-through rate once you get home because eBay comps can be wonky at the moment? Well, once again, I would recommend using that trick where when you're looking at the actives, sort from price low to high. That will eliminate a lot of the wonky results and do your sell-through rate based off of sorting by that. So say you're looking up that Patagonia sweater, do like Patagonia, whatever the style code is, 22, whatever, and then search. Before you click on sold, go sort price low to high, then look at how many results, then click sold. That's going to be the true sell-through rate because that is eliminating those extra eBay results. As far as if I do find something that's not as good of sell-through as I would have liked, like say I didn't look something up and then I look it up and it's like, oh, shoot, that's only like a 30% sell-through rate item or something like that. I'm going to price it aggressively. I'm going to make sure my picture is still good. I'm going to make sure the listing is still good. And I'm also going to be willing to accept an offer on that item. So if I get an offer that might be a little bit lower than I'd normally take, if I know it's a bad sell-through rate item, when I first list it and I'm first getting offers, that's going to be my best time to like get that sale. And I just want to get the sale, get the money back into my business because it's way more valuable back in my hand at the thrift store than sitting in an item that's rarely going to sell. That is just going to sit. So that would be my recommendation. All right, I don't see any more questions. I really appreciate you guys stopping on in. I've really found that going live in doing the thrift haul is way better for my workflow because when I do the video, it just takes a lot more time and it actually just delays me on getting these items listed. And so I'm going to get these items listed literally right now. So thank you so much for joining live. And if you're catching the replay, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I appreciate you viewing as well. And we will see you guys in the next one. I got a video coming later this week about my best sales for March. And so really good bolos, really good items that sell quickly. And I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how long it took for every item on there to sell. So you guys can get some valuable information from there. So we'll see you in the next one. Take care.